Hi guys, AzureAce here and I am back with another Danganronpa 3 Future Arc episode discussion. In the last episode, episode 3, we were given the confirmation that Asahina did actually survive the attack due to a fake knife being used. However, that paved the way for the true killing, as Great Gozu was named our third victim of this killing game. Naegi tried to talk to everyone in the intercom, forcing Munakata to go and stop him, with Sakakura going after Kirigiri, Tengan and Ryota as we come to episode 4, Who is a Liar? As we get into the episode, we get a quirky little recap from Monokuma as to what's happened thus far. I'm not going to go too into detail on that because I've covered it in previous episode discussions, but it does mention that Hagakure is stuck outside because nobody likes him, and I found that pretty funny. This may possibly reinforce the theory that there is a hidden member, and it doesn't look like Monokuma is counting Hagakure in this killing game. However, as we get past the opening and we truly begin the episode, we are with Kirigiri, Tengan, Ryota and Sakakura. When Tengan tries to reason with Sakakura, Sakakura is having absolutely none of it and tries throwing a chair, but it hits a steam pipe of some sort and it makes the room go foggy. He then kicks Tengan down and goes for Kirigiri, but Ryota tries to get in the way again, getting kicked in the gut again. Poor Ryota, man, that's twice that's happened to him now. We switch to see Ruruka and Sonosuke still running away from Kimura, and not even bombs will stop Kimura in this beastly form that she's in. We switch back to Ryota, Kirigiri, Tengan and Sakakura, and just as Sakakura is about to hit Kirigiri, a small dart flies at him from out of nowhere, and we are treated to one of the most badass moments in this anime so far as Tengan appears. Sakakura throws the chair at him, and with a tiny small force, Tengan pushes it back just as hard, if not harder than what it was throwing. Tengan then jumps towards Sakakura, and he almost goes in for a punch, and we pretty much get the confirmation that Sakakura's forbidden action is that he cannot punch people, as Tengan asks if he's the former ultimate boxer, then why isn't he punching Tengan, as Tengan goes in for a swift elbow, knocking Sakakura flat out. I like Tengan infinitely more after what he does in this episode. They then tie Sakakura up, and Asahina and Miyaya appear, with Asahina instantly going to hug Kirigiri. Ryota then starts apologising and going on about hope and how he wants to be just like Naegi. Ryota seriously gives me a Nagito vibe, and that is never a good thing. You'd know what I mean if you played Super Danganronpa 2. However, as Ryota finishes his speech, Munakata comes on the intercom declaring that he has captured Naegi, with Tengan then saying he'll go and negotiate with Munakata instead of Kirigiri. We switch to see Munakata and Naegi, and we get a lot of development for Munakata's character and a better understanding of his way of thinking, stating that the attacker can end the game whenever they like by using someone as a sacrifice. Then they can infiltrate the Future Foundation, and by using Naegi's influential Ultimate Hope title, can entrench the roots of despair disguised as hope. But as he continues talking of Naegi's hope, another dart comes out of nowhere as Tengan, Asahina and Miyaya arrive to save Naegi. We see Kirigiri walking, and she checks the bangle, which has a little over 36 minutes left, so it's safe to assume that they will fall asleep and someone will die by the attacker's hands in the next episode. She and Ryota walk into the meeting room, and we get to see Kizakura again. So was the girl that he wanted to meet Kirigiri? It would be a safe assumption because he does say that the safest place to be is next to the detective. There's also the fact that Kizakura and her father, Jin Kiriri, were good friends as shown in the Despair arc. This holds true for Tengan as well, so maybe it's more so to protect their friend's daughter kind of situation, who knows. We cut again back to the monitoring room, and Tengan keeps firing his weapon known as a Chusen, which basically just fires darts, and he keeps firing them, allowing Asahina to grab Naegi, and for her, Naegi and Miyaya to leave. Sakakura actually sees Naegi, Asahina and Miyaya go past and decides to chase after them. We also get to learn a little bit about Ruruka, Sonosuke and Kimura's past, as while they're trying to run away from Kimura, Ruka and Sonosuke state that all three of them were expelled from Hope's Peak due to something Kimura did, or well, Kimura said it's something that Ruka did, so we're going to probably find out more about that as the anime goes on. Now something I do want to say is that they must still be in the school in the Despair arc, as Kimura did work with Teru Teru to make the potions that we see in episode 2 of the Despair arc while she was an upperclassman. We get to see more amazing Tengan fighting scenes as he and Munakata do fight. He starts to show Munakata's true colours as he states that the young are the ones who are naive as their judgments are clouded in fanaticism, with Munakata stating that sacrifices are necessary to eliminate despair. Tengan then asks if Chisa's death was one of those necessary sacrifices, with Munakata absolutely losing it, and he slashes down on Tengan and he sacrifices his hand. Like, oh my god, look at this! Blood is pouring out everywhere and he doesn't even care. He then throws them both off the balcony as they both presumably fall to their deaths. Miyaya decides to go and stop Sakakura from following them, and she stops him and fires like 6 missiles at him. We then cut to the bottom of the Future Foundation as guys, I think it's gonna happen. I think it's time for Tengan to leave us as we see him impaled on a pole with blood pouring out of him. He isn't quite dead yet as he and the survivor of the fight, Munakata, begin talking, and Munakata says he's changed his mind and that he was wrong about Tengan being a coward, saying he would like to know what Tengan is thinking about the situation at hand. So this gives Munakata a wealth of development. We may see him and Naegi come to a compromise and make an even stronger Hope now that he wants to know what Tengan is thinking. However, it does look like Tengan will be our next victim, as it looks very certain he's going to bleed out. The final scene we cut to is back with Miyaya and Sakakura, as Miyaya is about to show her secret weapon, but Sakakura kicks her swiftly over, and we get one of the craziest revelations of the episode and of the anime so far. We see what looks like a camera focusing in Miyaya's eye, and we switch to see someone talking and typing on a keyboard saying Miyaya needs to be rebooted, confirming she is a robot of some kind. Now originally I thought this was Chisa because of the voice, but no, I was right. It is actually Monica Toa. That is right everyone, Monica is confirmed to return in Danganronpa as the controller behind Miyaya Gekogahara as the episode ends there. Now it's time for my overall thoughts for this episode, and my god, there has been so many revelations and things like that in this episode. First of all, arguably the biggest reveal of this episode, we now have Monica Toa being added into the mix of things in Danganronpa 3. It will be very interesting to see what role she will play, as she is meant to be the second coming of Junko if the words of Nagito at the end of All the Despair Girls are anything to go by. However, do I think she is the mastermind? No. Why do I think she isn't? Because you've got an anime like this, you don't put all your cards on the table when you're not even halfway through your game. They'll leave the true mastermind until I'd say maybe the last 3 or 4 episodes. Monica will play more of an influencer role like Chiaki played the observer role in Danganronpa 2, but I'm so damn happy to see her being implemented, and it gives me a lot of hope that Byakuya, Toko and possibly even Komaru will be included in this anime. We know that Byakuya has a massive possibility of being in it because he was in all the promotional material for Danganronpa 3. But next, the fight scenes with Tengan. Dear god, they were amazing. I did not expect that to come out of Tengan at all, and he has been boosted in my favourite characters for this anime because of how much of a badass he was until the end, because it does look like he's not going to be with us in episode 5. However, I do think we'll get to see what he says to Munakata before he passes away, which will give Munakata more understanding of Naegi's hope. Next thing I want to talk about is the music in this episode. It is some of the best I've ever heard in anime entirely. It was absolutely amazing to hear, and I hope we'll continue to get amazing tracks like this, and maybe even the soundtrack released eventually to the public. The final thing I want to talk about is, yep, I was wrong about Kizakura, and we should have all believed him, because if you remember back to episode 2 or 1, I can't remember, it probably was 2 of the anime, Kizakura was actually the one that pointed out Miaya being the traitor, saying that it was just a hunch. And what do you know? So maybe he's smarter than Kirigiri. That would be interesting to see in this game. But now, do I really even need to do a suspect segment anymore? Miaya or Monica is the traitor, however I do still feel there is a 16th member hidden among them, but since we don't have enough information to confirm my suspicions on that yet, the suspect segment will be ceased for now as Monica has been outed as the traitor. But nevertheless, that is all for today guys. If you guys like this video, drop a like and a comment in the comment section below. Who do you think will be the next to fall in this killing game? Share this amongst your friends. I've been AzureAce, and thank you for coming to the video.
It is I, Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, and you're watching AzureAce. Subscribe for more content like this one.